Last
Was
month.
it last year?
No, it's last year.
Last year.
Oh my god, it's already 2025.
Oh my god.
Time flies.
Honestly, it feels like 2024 was just last week.
Okay.
That joke? It's tough out there.
The New Year is such an interesting concept. Nothing really changes, yet we're suddenly swept up in this burst of hope and motivation, as if flipping a calendar page magically flips a switch in our minds. When you think about it, it's just another set of 365 days. Nothing entirely changes. And it's also a gentle reality check, a reminder of the time passing and the unfinished goals we carry over from the year before. And yet, somehow, it feels different. It brings joy, excitement, and a spark of possibility. There's something about the new year, a whisper of hope woven into the rhythm of the ticking clock. It feels like a chance to start fresh again. I think we all know it. The truth is, a lot can happen in a year. A lot. There's more than enough time to grow, to change, to stumble and rise again. Enough time to transform into the person we've always dreamed of becoming. Except that transformation isn't an overnight success. It's the result of small, consistent habits repeated over a long period of time.
I actually stopped drinking for a week and I lost 5 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Staying warm while the wind blows the leaves.
Hello. Long time no see. It's officially 2025 now, and hope you guys are having a good start of the year. I also have a small announcement to make, which is I'm launching my newsletter. Well, more on that at the end of the video. Today I want to talk about how I'm going to achieve my goals for 2025. Recently, I attended Ali Abdul's workshop for 2024 reflection and 2025 planning. There's this interesting formula that Ali talked about in the workshop, which is called the success formula. Success equals vision plus action. So essentially, success is vision, which is where you're gonna go, where you want to be in life, plus action, which is taking the steps toward that direction consistently. And the truth about success is that successful people and unsuccessful people all share the same goals. For example, we all want to be fit, we want to have more money, and it's not their goals that separate them, but rather the thing that really differentiate successful and unsuccessful people are their actions. Pretty common sense. But the key here is that how can we get ourselves to take actions consistently? Introducing you Atomic Habits. New York Times bestseller listed for over 100 weeks. You guys have probably heard of this book already, but it's one of the books that I personally found super helpful, so I want to share it with you guys. Today I'm going to talk about the 4 key insights discussed in this book and how I'm going to incorporate them to optimize my own lifestyle and building habits and routines that give me a healthier, happier, and more productive life. So, the 4 points. First is the power of 1%. Second is why we should forget about goals and focus on the system. Third is why it's all about identity rather than outcome. And finally, the 4 fundamental laws of behavioral change. We tend to think that it's this big decision or drastic action that leads to massive success. But in fact, it's really the continuous improvements that may not seem obvious at first that create incredible change over time. This is the compounding effect that James Clear talked about in this book.
If you get 1% better every day, by the end of the year, you will be 37 times better. However, getting 1% worse every day over a year will bring you nearly to zero. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Oftentimes, we tend to overestimate the impact of big decisions and underestimate the impact of the small actions we take repetitively over a longer period of time. Yet, time can really work in your favor or the other way around. Success is a product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. And one of the main reasons why many of us give up before we start seeing results is that when it comes to change, we expect linear progress following a steady, positive trajectory. However, in reality, real changes don't usually happen until we reach a critical threshold. So it looks something like this. And up until then, in the initial days, this period of time of incubation, Jim Clares calls it the valley of disappointment, is where most people give up and stop trying because we don't feel like we're making progress. I don't know if you guys have, but I know I have for sure. If I don't go to the gym for a long time and I start going again, maybe like in the first week or maybe just in the first 3 days, I would check myself out in the mirror and just expecting some change, even though I know it's only been a week. And yeah, honestly, I still end up getting a little bit disappointed. I think especially in this day of everything being so fast-paced and convenient, internet, social media, tons of distractions with instant dopamine spike at your fingertips, I think we've all become less good with delayed gratifications. I think we've all become less patient. But if we can just try to get through that stage, get through that valley of disappointment, and try to be more patient, with time, amazing results will come. Point number 2, forgettable goals and focus on the system instead. Goals are the desired results you want to achieve, whereas system is the processes and habits that lead you to the results. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. There are some problems if you solely focus on goals. For example, in sports, for any sports game, the end goal is to get the best score to win. But if the player in a game keeps checking the scoreboard, it's not going to help. The player is only going to get distracted and disappointed even. It will just be so much more helpful if the player can just focus on playing the game, focus on the strategies, focus on the teamwork, focus on defense, and let the score take care of itself. And just like me, in the beginning when I started going to gym, if I keep checking myself in the mirror, hoping to see results, I'm only going to get disappointed. But if I just focus on getting myself to the gym consistently and eating more clean, in the end, the outcome will take care of itself. Another problem is that achieving a goal is just a temporary change. If my goal is to lose 10 pounds, but if I haven't established the habit of eating healthy and exercising, even if I lost 10 pounds, I can easily revert to the old habits and get to the point where I need to do a diet again. Finally, if we keep getting fixated on the goals, thinking about where we want to be and comparing that to where we are now, we may easily feel like we're never good enough, which is really going to demotivate us and make it hard to keep going. So remember to celebrate the small wins and the small steps you take every single day. Every time that you do make it to the gym, be proud of yourself. This is something that I'm also learning and trying to get better at. Instead of focusing on winning the game, focus on playing the long game and try to enjoy the game itself. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building system is to continue playing the game. Point number 3, identity change is the North Star of habit transformation. In the book, James Clear talks about the 3 layers of behavioral change: outcome, process, identity. Outcome is what you achieve. This is the result of your actions, such as losing weight, writing a book, or earning a promotion. Next is the process, what you do. This is the system or habits you follow to achieve that outcome, such as exercising regularly, writing daily, or improving your skills. And finally is identity. Identity is what you believe. This is the core of who you are, your self-image, your self-beliefs, and values. Most people focus on the outcomes because they're tangible and easy to measure, like losing 10 pounds, or finishing a novel, or getting a promotion. However, these achievements are the surface level results of the deeper processes and beliefs. While focusing on outcome can be motivating in the short term, it often fails to create long-lasting change because it doesn't address the core of who you are, your identity. The most powerful behavioral change is the change in identity. This is what really get you to transform to a different person. We are what we believe we are. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. In order to effectively build or break a habit, we need to look at the 4 laws of behavioral change. So a habit may look like this. Say you're feeling stressed, that's a cue. And this might trigger the desire for you to get food or scroll through your phone. And now you have the craving to relieve that stress. So you seek comfort through either food or entertainment, such as using your phone. And then you respond after you eat a cookie, after you check your phone, or go for a walk. And then the reward is you get a dopamine spike from using your phone. You feel entertained, or you feel a little more relaxed after doing so. So rewards reinforce the habit and making it more likely to be repeated. So in order to effectively build or break a habit, we need to look into the 4 laws of behavioral change. First is to make it obvious. Make the cue for good habits easy to notice. So for example, earlier we talked about when you feel bored or when you feel stressed, you might want to get snacks. And in this case, you don't want your cookies to be the first thing you notice. You want to make it less obvious. So you place your workout clothes where you can see them, or keep water bottle on your desk to remind you to drink water. Make it obvious. Second is make it attractive. Add elements of fun or anticipation to make a habit more appealing. For example, pair a habit with something you enjoy, like listening to a favorite podcast when you exercise. Or you can reframe your mindset. Instead of saying, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, say, I get to do this, I get to. I have to walk my dog. You reframe your brain and think, I get to walk my dog, I have a dog. Something like that. And there it is, make it easy. Reduce the frictions to start the habit. Focus on simplicity and consistency. So instead of thinking, I need to go to gym and I need to work out for 1.5 hours, trick yourself thinking that I'm just going to go. And as long as I make it to the gym, then it's a win for me. So make it easy. Finally, make it satisfying. Try to add immediate rewards to reinforce that habit. For example, track your progress with a habit tracker, or reward yourself with a small treat after completing a task. Essentially, what you want to do is add friction to make undesirable habits harder, and try to surround yourself with positive cues to minimize exposure to negative ones. So slowly over time, it's like the environment is nudging you towards the right directions every day. Your environment should work for you, not against you. With fewer steps between you and good habits, and more steps between you and bad ones. Small changes in your environment gently nudge you in the right direction each day. So in summary, we want to build system rather than goals, focus on identity rather than outcomes, and establish small habits rather than drastic change. And remember, habits are not just routine, way to get you to your goal, but a lifestyle for you to live. Have you guys seen these?
so cool. Forgot what it's called. You guys know what it's called? You know, you open it like this. It's so satisfying. Anyways, more on the announcement. I'm starting my newsletter. I think to me, YouTube is the space, more of a space for me to express my creativity, where I play around with storytelling, cinematography, and things like that. But my newsletter, on the other hand, would be the space for me to connect with you guys on a more personal and deeper level. It's where I'll be documenting my progress about how my days are going, how my auditions went, how, you know, the small steps that I take towards achieving my goals. And building that habit, building that lifestyle that I want to live for myself. And yeah, I get to talk about things that I don't really share on this platform, so I'm really excited to like roam free there, and I would really love to have you guys there. So feel free to join me there if you want to follow along on this journey, and I would really love to have you there. Yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for staying till the end. Bye.
觉得怎么样？那个表情怎么样？你觉得要